It should be, yeah, but that's why it should go farther, because it's this long projectile.
What if it's global? It's just like a really slow projectile.
And you hear it globally, you hear the globally. That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah. I actually don't even think that's OP at all.
I don't either. But then again, we've had a lot of comments when we talk about these things that we should not balance Dota, which is probably correct.
Well, it's funny because and I've said this so many times, because a bunch of stuff that I have said obviously has not come in the game, but a lot of it has. And when I talk about them before they're put in, like that's a stupid idea. And then instantly when it's put in, no resistance. They just have faith that it's fine. Nobody really has an open mind is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
We're all sheep in this world.
Who are the wolves of the world?
The wolves are the oligarchs.
Okay. Jesus.
That's right.
That's not wrong.
We have Liquid versus Fnatic Game 1. As we said, Fnatic with a 3-5 record, I believe. No, 4-6 record. Liquid are 4-4, so played slightly less, but they are technically tied in wins for a top 4, which means upper bracket. So pretty damn important series. This honestly could, still not too deep in, but this could be the difference between upper bracket and lower bracket, depending on how these results go for these teams.
That's true.
Looking at the lineups, do you prefer one? Void very slow to come online.
Honestly, I think Fnatic. I like Fnatic's draft. I don't think the Void was super punished. But you know, last pick Doom, it does mean that Liquid feels like they can just kind of like play for Doom to get a Midas and go late game and have this third carry that they have. So we'll see if that works out. Tania getting a D ward does get denied.
Yep. Unfortunate for him, but ward is gone nonetheless. And that is the power of having a Zeus on your team. To the point where, do you even bother placing a ward there?
I don't know.
I feel like he does this quite often. I guess it depends on if the lane that you're supposed to be in can kind of stay alive for the time being. Which seems to be fine now. This is a match we don't get to see all too often. Wyvern versus Caudle. Both will kind of spam out the waves to some degree. Caudle can farm, I think, a little bit faster because he gets a lot of magic, or a lot of mana, I should say, from Chakra.
It's a weird matchup. They're just like trying so hard to out CS and deny each other because they're.
I mean, I don't see either of them killing each other without the gank. Right?
No, I don't either. 2-5 positions, playing mid essentially. This lane is a little bit weird too. 2 melee heroes versus, Jug Zeus, which is a fairly decent lane. So the lane equilibrium, of course, has been pulled into the jungle, as is usual for Dota these days. Never seems to be in the lane.
That's right. Any changes to that are going to happen.
I've been thinking that for
Many years.
Yeah, for years. I've been like, oh, next patch, creep cutting's going to get nerfed, but no.
I think the issue is that a lot of pubs, that's not going to happen. This is a pretty high level thing for the most part.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like, pretty regular laning happens in pubs. The thing is, like, it gives you access to like literally every hero in the offlane. And you can like have any support, any offlaner, and because you can just 50-50 worst case scenario the lane, but you can't do that as a safe lane, right? Like, there's no way to cut with the distance between the towers.
So we can see that Matu on the Juggernaut off to a pretty good start in terms of CS. A little bit of harassment in the bot lane. I mean, how much kill potential do they have between Tomato, which I assume will get time dilation with Dazzle's setup?
Yeah, he's got it. I think they have amazing kill threat. Any Dazzle lane does.
Speaking of kill threat, we got the Blade Fury in the top lane, and it lasts just long enough to take out the old jabs. Down goes the Timbersaw. First blood for Liquid. And, I mean, it's hilarious if you go back in time. Juggernaut Zeus lane sounds awful, but now that you have a slow...
It's good.
With the leap...
It's actually good, yeah.
It's good.
And also you can deward the camps, so you can play with the like creep equilibrium advantage, which means Jug can play close to his tower and get these spins off throughout the whole lane. And Jabs does not have a point in Timber Chain, which is normally what people would go versus Juggernaut. Instead, he opted for Whirling Death, which is going to be a little more efficient for last hitting. but not for getting harassed.
The Avalanche, just as the Blade Fury ends, Matu gets tossed back into a whirling death, but not going to be enough to find the kill. It's a healing ward just out of range. This is a stock, no cosmetic healing ward for Matu.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing, bro?
He can't afford.
Yeah, not enough TI victories for him.
Yeah. Pretty basic juggernaut too, actually, even though he's gold tier, which is pretty high.
Yeah, very sad to see.
My man plays pubs all day. He's too busy pubbing that he can't equip items. He's just probably got items.
Yeah, but his queue times are probably like 35 minutes. That's plenty of time to look through the store.
No, they're not, because I'm in his game, so I know that he's getting. I know that he's getting games because I'm garbage. So he's getting queued with. Maybe it's because he did have a long queue time, and that's why he's getting queued with me.
Understandable. DJ stealing the rune here. He gets a nice Avatos as well. Mickey taking heavy damage as a result. But rotation from Boxy with the rebound. Nice movement speed. Takes Mickey out of range of the Illuminate. So the rotation from the Marcy this time, basically just to prevent a kill instead of setting one up. It's usually been the opposite from Liquid so far at this tournament.
Has been killed.
Yeah. Both heroes mid are kind of hard to kill, though. They do just stand back and nuke the creep wave.
Yep.
So this might be the one game where we don't see Marcy actually killing the mid lane, because it is a coddle. I don't know if there's another hero that stands farther away from the mid lane while mid laning.
Yeah, probably not. Bottom lane though, Dubu has to grave himself. As you can see, a lot of right clicks coming out from Tomato. The time dilation still applied to Boxy. He's gonna find the kill, and Dubu will somehow live. Zai not willing to go any further as a scorched earth does dissipate.
Damn, dude, nice value point in grave there. 4 seconds,
true.
long,
it is
long
an
enough.
early one.
And he waited to heal himself at the last possible second, which of course is you know, standard, but it's still a really nice bait. Like, it was enough to just barely keep him alive. I think one more tick of Scorched Earth, he's dead.
Looking at the CS though for the respective position ones, 34 and 15 from the Void, and Matu not that far behind, a lot less denies though. So Tomato just having a free game, it looks like.
The bottom play with Dubu hitting the grave reminded me of a conversation. Remember we interviewed him and he said that he just started focusing more on playing better instead of like captaining as much?
Sure. I don't remember.
I will continue after this.
I'm just going to watch this a little bit here, Jenkins. DJ attempting to TP out, but that's a very ambitious one. He's going to drop. So it's going to be a walk of shame for him as Dubu. Seeing the grave again, but nice body blocks. So he is almost certainly dead. So 2 kills for Liquid, as you were saying something probably very interesting.
I think with Dubu standing in for Fnatic, he's going to feel pretty good about this because he's not the captain of this team. He's not he doesn't have to take a role of leadership on this team. He can just focus on his own individual play, which is what he said that he was trying to focus on anyway. So obviously this is going to be more, you know, Sunby from the drafting perspective, and obviously it's Fnatic's team, so they're going to be calling the shots in the game, I would imagine.
The cool thing about TSM is they're collecting a lot of info as well for TI, because they're going to TI.
This is correct.
They're playing on 2 teams that are not TSM, so they're seeing new things, new ideas, they're having conversations. That can only help.
Yeah.
The only problem is Boone is not playing, so he's not having those combos.
Right.
But, you know, he seems like he has an open mind, so it'll be really interesting to see how that affects them going into TI.
And also, they're getting a little bit of a break from each other.
That's true.
That's important in a relationship.
Yeah.
You gotta have space, so they get to kind of.
Is that why you sleep in separate beds from your girlfriend?
I sleep in the same bed with my aunt.
Okay. Well, not yesterday's hand. That was literally missing for some reason.
That's right. That was the space. That was the space. I said I sleep in the same bed, not work.
Gotcha. Coddle has the boots of travel as Matu is going to be forced to spin TP. Jab's doing a lot of damage to him. See Insane getting a little harassment of the DJ, but no kill will come of this. Matu really low. Is he jungling right now? I thought he TP'd back to base, but it's just close to the outpost probably.
These things are so hard to kill, but they're 50 gold each. So it's such a debate. I think it's 54 gold exactly. 51, okay.
There's a range. It's not always the same.
Well, it always seems to be 54. Look, look, look.
53.
53. Oh, god damn it. Gaben's Nectar.
Yeah, the siege shot gets you again, huh?
It's always that siege shot.
So pretty even laning stage, I would say. Only discrepancy, I guess, just a few hundred gold between the position ones. Obviously, Matu's been kind of forced out of lane to jungle, so inevitably will be a bit slower. But yeah, Tomato, it just felt like a complete free game. What kind of item build do you want to see on this guy? We see, oh, it's going to be Hannah Midas. We've seen Mask of Madness Maelstrom a lot, but opting not to go for that.
It seems like Midas is kind of the latest, like, I don't know, fad I want to call it. Because I don't know if it's good. Well, obviously on Doom it makes sense, right? This is a hero that's going to play Midas on any patch. But I don't know if it's necessarily good, and that's why carry players are doing it. I think that it's just a response to other carries getting Midas is to get Midas.
Right.
And so it's like a solution to it that doesn't really require much thinking, if that makes sense. It's like, I think the meta is changing towards like carries going Midas, but some carry will figure out how to punish the other carry going Midas. Maybe some early diffusal pickups that you start, you know, rushing the enemy team, whatever. But for now, I think like Matumba probably would get a Midas as well. Oh no, he's going Maelstrom build actually. So the guy that invented the Midas carry.
Yeah, that's the whole mind game though, right?
Yeah, there it is.
He's in the jungle, so you can't really see what he's buying.
He's like, look at these idiots buying Midas because I was doing it. Now there's a Midas Void on the enemy team.
Yeah,
it's actually the long con.
That makes sense, and we'll see if it pays off for Tomato or not. But, I mean, it's not like it's a completely worthless item otherwise. The attack speed is extremely good for Void, obviously. As Dubu is going to get disposed. Avalanche is going to miss, but the Grave keeping Dubu nice and healthy. Is Boxy getting slowed by Bryle. Toss back from DJ. Nice combo. And the tree cuts off the head of Boxy. And there's Tomato's first Chronosphere of the game, used for a support kill onto Mickey. Bryle steals it, of course.
Yes, naturally. And Bryle... Ping. Oh, not this again. Oh no. Bryle's pretty farmed. He's going for the Vessel. Got those boots of travel. Once he has the Vessel, that's great against the healing ward. Wyvern has heals as well. Doom, high HP. Marcy, high HP. Not so good against Jug. He can obviously spin it off, but if you do catch him after the spin, which you can force with Caudle's other abilities, it's decent. I'm curious if maybe he goes for like an Orchid after that to like try to kill the Jug. But then again, they have the Faceless Void Chrono, so maybe they think like, you know, Brawl could just go BKB or something.
I mean, Orchid kind of forces Matu to try and build Manta maybe.
It does.
You don't really want to these days as much. It used to be like the complete standard play, but we've been seeing people go like super greedy builds, although he's opting not to go Midas this time, but still.
No.
I feel like Manta is not something you want necessarily.
No, it just doesn't feel like a great item. It feels like a necessity on some heroes, but one of those necessities that you never fight around a Manta timing. You know, I think that says something about the item, that it doesn't really speed up your farming that much, like a Battle Fury. But you
we've seen
don't
so
fight
many.
around it.
We've seen so many fights where you have Yasha. Ultimate orb, you don't even bother with the, like, you don't wait that extra few hundred gold for the recipe before you fight.
Yeah.
Like, if the fight comes, then you're like, okay,
you just go,
I'm not
yeah,
waiting.
yeah. You got the stats already. So it's just, yeah, that's a pretty weak item. Also, I think the fact that, like, Sanj and Kaya and like, the other like, small sword-based items are really strong. Like, Sanj and Yasha is also very strong. So...
Sange and Yasha is very strong.
Decent. It's a decent item. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's better than Manta. I think it's like a B tier item, and Manta's probably like C tier, maybe even D, because like
what's an F tier item?
What's an F tier item in Dota? Meteor Hammer.
Meteor Hammer.
Meteor Hammer is garbage.
Okay. Odie doesn't pick it up anymore. OD's not picked
Not
anymore.
really. I think if Meteor Hammer was better, then OD would get picked up as a hero.
Tree and Protector, Phoenix, those are the 3 heroes that buy Meteor Hammer.
No, they don't really get that. I mean, Phoenix is just Refresher Rush. That's how pathetic Meteor Hammer is. The Phoenix is like, I'm just gonna refresh all my spells once in the fight.
I think it's probably for the best that it's not a great item.
Why?
Not a big fan.
You're not conceptually a fan?
I'm not a fan of an item you can buy that does damage to buildings.
Okay.
If it didn't do damage to buildings and they like sped up the timer or something, then I think it'd be okay. I don't know. Not a fan of that.
I'm not for or against it. I don't really feel that strong.
It's called being neutral.
That's strong about it. Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about it. I do think, an item like Vessel. You know what? Actually, I guess I'd say I'm probably for it now that I'm thinking that I'm actually pontificating about it.
Pontificate.
Yeah, because I want some way of dealing damage to towers. So that the thing I like about Dota is that you can pick any draft basically, and you can solve problems with your draft by getting items. Like it seems like there's items that can do anything, and so it makes Dota all about power spikes.
Hey, you see the levels? Look at how off-center they are.
Yeah, I see those.
What the heck?
Can we get those back up again?
What the heck?
What happened there?
That is so. It's not. Oh, it's not on my computer though. Okay.
Oh, I see. It's
Must
like
be a resolution.
It's like a.
Huh.
Okay.
Sorry about that production. Didn't mean to bring that up.
Something happened there.
See the levels there. That's a little bit more clean. Appreciate that.
This is not Comic Sans or something like
that. That is true. That actually does translate sometimes if you change the font on your computer, depending on what.
It's true.
What you're looking at is Liquid smoking up. Boxy looking for a dispose onto Bryle. And Zai has the Doom available, but Bryle super fast. Boxy, he's going to get some vision. Has nothing to rebound off of quite yet. He's killing his teammate, which he'll do. Winter's Curse is there as well. You can see the TP coming in. And Bryle, he's going to get graved a little bit prematurely. Zai looking for a potential Doom target. But instead, we're going to see jabs on this Timbersaw chasing Matu out instead. So the Marcy is punished.
Matu's
and Matu,
dead,
he is super dead. Doom comes out a little bit late. The Omnislash kept the Jug alive just a little bit longer, but it's still 2-0 in favor of Fnatic. And Bryle was the intended target at the beginning of this, but he's going to live, and they're going to find 3 kills after Insania drops the bucket. Double kill for Bryle, and even Mickey might be dead. Tomato comes in with the time dilation, and that is a huge punish onto Team Liquid.
How did that Timber Chain not connect? I'm calling BS on this ability. This ability feels really hard to hit now. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Really good positioning from Bryle. Like, the discipline from him to run back and position in the tower. It was like, he's in the right area to bait, but then also, and is that word from prior to the engagement? So yeah, it was. So he sees the move and runs into the tower. But he's doing this really annoying like lane holding thing down here, where he's making it just a pain to take this bottom tower. And of course they have the tower advantage top. So the longer and longer he stays down here, the more Liquid feels like they have to make a move on him. And obviously it didn't work out that time. They even brought the Tumba Man to that. And he's going back for a minus. I see. Here we go.
Yeah. We've been seeing people get behind early, and their catch-up, what they think is a catch-up, is the Midas. Hasn't really worked out. I mean, you have to look at the stats. I feel like if that gank went successfully, he would not be getting Midas right now. Could be wrong.
I don't know.
But they were punished pretty hard. I mean, he had to use Omni Slash, and that was more of a defensive measure than anything, but they got absolutely nothing out of that gank attempt.
And surprisingly, Fnatic is... The gold lead is actually going the way of Liquid. Trending the way of Liquid with that ancient stack that they just took. But, man, Jabs is huge. Level 11 on Timber. He's got a Kaya coming. He's going for the greedy build, but I'm very tanky build. If you're like above a certain level, if you're above a certain threshold, you go for this build, and it feels like no matter what the enemy team pumps into you, they just can't kill you. Like their spells are not high enough level to match your HP and your regen.
Well, he's gonna try to go on top of Insania here. Has to be a bit careful. There's more where that came from Liquid's side. He's getting slowed perpetually as Insania is on the run. Chakram connects. And can he get the distance here? Has to be a little bit careful. Boxy's here, but does find the Whirling Death kill and might be punished though. And in fact, Zai is in the area with the Doom. If he really wants to use it,
he got a double kill!
Jabs somehow with a double kill, but eventually brought down. So 2 supports for him. Maybe Liquid's okay with that. It did take a bit of a rotation, but I guess the gold is actually even.
I don't think Liquid's okay with that. That's a double solo kill for Timber. What level is he compared to everybody else? He's now the highest level in the game. Bryle only has a little bit more XP because he is still alive right now, but that solo kill, like that double solo kill, basically puts him in like mid laner territory in terms of his XP and gold in the game.
The higher you get, the
what?
More you fall.
Why are you?
I don't know.
It's not even that hard of a saying to remember. It's very simple.
It's that carrot cake from earlier is really messing with my head. DJ, he's dropped. So Liquid's starting to get a few kills under their belt now. Just like that carrot cake.
I feel like I just had a stroke.
I have a lot of those mini strokes.
You say that and then the screen like faded to black. I don't know if that was on the screen. I legit was like, am I in a cutscene?
We have the Doom used by Zai, but you can see he's outnumbered completely right now. Solarbind is there. Curse is going to buy him a little bit of space, but he just slowed to a crawl. Has to pop his BKB, and the Doom essentially used just to silence the Timber Saw, and he should be able to grab this kill onto Zai eventually, despite that BKB being such a long active time. And they do punish it eventually, but yeah, that fade to black was like the finale of Sopranos. Pretty sure everybody died in that one.
Did we enter into like another universe in the multiverse? Is that what just happened?
Is it the bigger you get, the harder you fall?
Yeah, it's not that complicated. What? I don't understand.
All good. Into the Roche pit we go. Just gonna ignore everything I say.
Yeah, as we know, for Roshan, he's a big boy. The bigger you are, the harder you fall.
That's right. He should do like damage when he dies, like a little explosion.
Yeah, hard nice. Sort of situation. Yeah.
Looks like it's a freebie though, so Mod is gonna get a nice Aegis for himself, and looks like his next item will be the Lincoln Sphere to be able to counteract that
Curse, Doom, Marcy, grab, dispose. Doesn't work against Omni, doesn't do anything against Zeus, but yeah, 3 out of 5, it's excellent.
I feel like Curse target for Void, not top priority. Somebody next to Void.
Yeah, that's right, that's true. I guess the thing is, like, if he Chronos, and there's no allies in the Chrono, he knows that he can... he's not going to get that interrupted, but then again, you can just cold embrace the person as well.
True.
Yeah, one thing that I did think about during that last fight is, like, you saw how pathetic the Winter's Curse was with Timbersaw hitting. That's like a big reason people used to pick Timber into Wyvern, is that you cold embrace somebody and it's free setup for Timber to absolutely obliterate somebody. And if you curse the Timber or the hero that's around Timber, he just doesn't care, no matter how much network he has.
Boxley looking for an opening on Tomato, who's going to go aggressively in with the time walk. DJ, the Avatos back into Tomato. Boxley's forced to use his Unleash, but he is slowed horribly, so didn't use that to dispel the Solar Blind. Nice timing from Bryle. Leads to a kill on the Marcy, and Tier 1 tower is available for the taking. Fnatic, 4K lead with the Aegis. We'll see how much they're able to get out of the Aegis. How many outer towers? I mean, this Tier 1 tower, this is an 18.5 minutes, a bit late. Better late than never, that's another saying that I did remember this time.
Let's not have a stroke on this one. Please.
Midas timing, Tomato, come on now. Come on now, Tomato, there you go.
You should be able to Midas this Ice Ogre guy, because he's so pathetic.
Useless.
He's so useless and pathetic. Yeah.
These are
ancient Ice Shaman.
How much XP do the small ones give?
Who cares?
Compared to like a big camp? Like, why can't those be Midas?
I guess that's true.
They feel on par, if not worse, than the big camp.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you there. God, you're so good at balancing games.
I know. That's a good buff to Midas, which we definitely need because it's being bought every single game.
That's right, that's right.
Regardless of if you're
Not
up or
enough.
down. If you're the big boy or the small boy. Zai. See Jabs here, who is extremely tanky, as you said. So Hood, SNK, level 14. Working on this next item already.
Dude, Insania is very
is
lucky
that
there.
another Midas? Click on Tiny, please.
No way, not Tiny.
He's
getting a Midas.
He has it queued up. As Bryle, he's going to snag himself a kill on Deboxy while I was distracting the observer, as I always do.
I am shocked that this is turning into a Midas patch. That's crazy. I mean, I guess if you know that you're going to have a stranglehold on the map and that you're just going to be forcing the enemy team into the base for the next, you know, 20, 30 minutes, like a lot of games seem to be shellackings and snowballs. Why not just Midas and get more out of the map that you're farming?
Yeah, but I think, yeah, you're right. There has been quite a bit of one-sided games.
And people run around together, right? Like, people stick as a unit. And often there's a jungle that's unfarmed, but it's just protected because you're in this unit defending it.
Tomato, he has the Aegis still for a little bit. Here's DJ with the Avalanche, not really going to connect, though. Curse finds its way onto Tomato. So they should be able to get rid of that Aegis. Indeed they do, but not have to worry about the counteract here from Fnatic. Zai comes in, gets the nice Doom target onto Bryle. He's tossed to safety, and look how fast he is. He is perfectly fine, and Tomato's just going to time walk away. Actually, he's going to come back in with that shard, a triple Chronosphere. He's going to be able to take out Boxy right off the bat. Zeus looks to be next. Mid-leap dies, and the Omni Slash not used to full effect. And Fnatic getting everything they want in this fight, and Matu has to try and run, but the time lock keeping him in place. Avalanche misses, but he was in Blade Fury anyway. Doesn't matter. 4 dead, all for an Aegis, and I feel like they didn't think he was going to come back in with that time lock. No, they didn't.
I was going to say
that reverse time lock was sick.
That is like what people theory crafted about reverse time walk when it got added to the game, and I've never seen that happen before, where you like bait this false sense of security. The way that you usually see this ability used is just the time walk in and then time dilation and then reverse time walk out, right? It's like, it's never that effective. That might be the most effective use of it that I've seen, at least on this patch.
Yeah, they go on Jabs, but Jabs like, I don't think you can kill me, man. I really don't. You don't have Doom, obviously. And Infernal Blade does do percentage-based damage. That is something you have to be a bit careful about, but he's perfectly fine.
Are you vicariously living through him? You said me.
What did I say?
You said he can't kill me. You're really enjoying the...
No, I was pretending to be.
Listen, I do the same.
That wasn't a stroke.
I do the same as an offlaner. It's like, I put myself in their shoes.
Well, I said Jabs is saying, and then I said that.
You didn't say Jabs is saying.
It's implied.
You had another mini stroke, I think.
Boy, that character is really deleting brain cells today, it seems.
We're down from 2 to 1, bro. Between us, I think.
Fnatic now have a commanding 11k lead. Roshan, we won't know for a couple minutes, but the tier 2 tower looks like it will be Fnatic's without any sort of contest. So they're smoking up, thinking that Liquid might be playing, try to defend this tier 2 tower, but you can see that is definitely not the case. And Lincoln Sphere now on Jab, so he doesn't have to worry about Doom unless they got something to proc. I mean, there's Arc Lightning. They actually don't have that many great... That might be the only one. I guess there's Mana Burn.
He's holding the Mana Burn for that, yeah. I mean...
But that's going to give him enough time to try to counteract it, theoretically.
Yeah, exactly. Like, press Caudal ult and then just walk away, for example. Like, it gives him so much move speed. It feels like Zai needs some other sort of Lincoln's Break, and then he needs the Centaur Stomp. Otherwise, I feel like Bryle just walks away.
12k lead for Fnatic. Mickey trying.
Oh, he got it.
Avalanche. Mickey spotted out, being an annoying pile of garbage. Tomato not even bothering to go for the kill, just Midas and creeps and continuing on with his day.
You can't Midas a Winter Wyvern, so...
That's true. I feel like if you're low enough net worth, you should be able to. Obviously, the Wyvern was mid this time, though.
Yeah, that is a mid Wyvern.
If you're last place in net worth, maybe you should be Midas.
I feel like that's a huge buff to Midas and a huge nerf to supports that already struggle.
Yeah, that's right.
Just gonna, like, so many people quit Dota, so I'll play one game with 5 position, just never want to play again, just in the case.
Well, technically, that's 10 position, right? You have to be a
dead last. Okay, that's more fair. Because that person is
much more gonna try to play this around the next Roche. No big surprise. I love the fact that he bought the shard. That's what he waiting for the second Roche. You see sometimes. The shard just gives you so much more freedom. It's not even about the reverse time walk, because like you said, most of the time it's a bit of a meme. The range is insane.
Yeah.
Like, time walk almost feels unusable until you get shard. It's such a short distance.
It's true. It's kind of a boring reason that it's so good, but it is very good. Yeah, and one other thing about Tomatoes, I like that his build is so defensive in this game. It's boxy. He does move the smoke.
Yep.
And gets out.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine. Blink dagger.
Yeah.
Tomato time to Midas.
Here we go.
Radiant are scanning.
He used it. Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and the bounty room.
Yeah. Matu, we've seen this time. Oh, the Chronosphere!
Wow, right at the edge.
Tomato does it again. And we've been seeing a lot of this, like, BKB TP, Blade Fury TP. Like, a lot of it was from EG because we did cast him quite a bit, but it has been punished, like, pretty consistently.
It has. We're in a Wyvern Doom patch, and now Void in this game. There's a good amount of stuff to cancel it.
Yep.
I mean, that was clutch, though. That was right at the edge with like 2.2 seconds left on the TP or something.
Boxing can dispose into the curse, but not a lot of right-click action coming from Timbersaw himself, but it does set up Zai to be able to get off the Doom. Thunder God's Wrath to follow. So we're getting a little retribution from Matu as the Dazzle does drop, but you can see Timbersaw is perfectly fine. And Fnatic having absolutely no problem shrugging this off for the most part. PJ getting a bit low, though. That'll be a nice pick-off for Zai if he's able to find it. But in the end, he gets the Ava tossed back into the wave, and now Zai has to be careful. Solar Bind slow, and Tomato's coming for you. Golden Embrace is just going to delay the inevitable. Double kill for Jabs, and this game is just about over. Fnatic just dominating this game number one.
Yeah, Sunspan, you're doing really well this game. 8-2-5 on the Timbersaw.
Thank you.
Picked up the gem in the fight as well that went down.
Did I do it again?
No, I'm just giving you shit. Yeah, he does get the gem. He's also got a Lincoln Sphere. Did get canceled, but man, dooming him it just doesn't feel. It doesn't feel like it's doing anything. But
does that punch not block Lincoln's? Does Lincoln's not block that punch?
Which punch?
From the Ogre creep, from Keith the Bull.
No, it's AOE. It's ground targeted.
Oh, it's ground?
Yeah, it is. It's the strangest. It's like vector targeted. I don't know if you get the creep on like Chener Enchantress. Like no other ability in Dota I think works like it does.
Huh.
Because it's only in front of the guy. Like it's got this weird targeting on it that made me think like this was a hero that they were gonna put in, and then they're like, this is so bad, let's just throw it on a stupid ogre in the jungle.
I mean, it feels kind of like Walrus Punch to a degree. It's boring. It's percentage-based HP though.
Is it?
Yeah, that's why it's so good.
What?
It's like a ridiculously long channel time.
It's yeah. Okay.
Percentage-based HP.
I gotta find one of these in the jungle. I didn't know that because they're so useless and worthless. They never hit their spell, so
they just did. Tomato with the Aegis shard on the Keeper of the Light, so he's going to have a recall ability, which used to be a base ability, which used to be part of the ultimate, which used to be a base ability before that. They've changed this about 10,000 times.
This would be the 10,001th.
Yes. Probably better that is a shard.
8% of current HP.
That's right.
It's like the most useless thing.
That's decent. 200 plus 8% is quite a bit. Matu, he's in a bit of trouble. There's the Chronosphere. No save in sight, and he's brought down before the Omni Slash can come. That double damage certainly helped Tomato. Looks like Insania in the trees. Oh, they might have spotted him. Yep, time dilation. Oh, he's going to get sheeped mid-jump, and 3 shots is enough for Tomato. Meanwhile, top lane, Dubu. He might drop here. He's going to get healed by a decent amount thanks to the Shadow Wave in the grave, and they're going to turn this around to Zai, but he pops the BKB. Now on the run.
Bash?
Tomato just looking for the old basharoo. And Zai likely will not be able to win anytime soon. Have a toss. That'll do it. 21K for Fnatic. And on to the high ground, I would assume they go. I mean, their building damage is not particularly good, I suppose. I mean, it's
Void.
It's Void. I mean, if you get like the flamethrower, that would definitely help.
Yeah.
This is a support tiny, so not gonna be that much damage.
Flamethrower has been nerfed quite a lot. I see a lot of people skipping it. Although, Matt, is this coming out on the courier? Is that what he? No.
No, they're just finding yet another kill to their name. Fnatic looking pretty damn good this game.
Is under attack.
As Tomato and company to be taking out Liquid in game number 1, but Liquid still have some fight in them. 22k lead down.
Are fortified.
I mean, what does Matu have? He has the Scotty, so he does have some items. He's got the Blade Fury, they're going to force it out. Now without that, you have to be a bit careful. Still 40 seconds for the chrono, though. Time dilation comes in. Matu kind of just playing with his food. Still 2.5 minutes on Aegis on top of this, so he has absolutely no fear of dying. We're just going to wait for this chrono,
back out?
I
Okay.
would assume.
Alright.
Can we click on the talents for Void? Alright, he took the attack speed during chrono, which is disgusting. Of course, Cold Embrace could ruin that,
Yeah, it could.
but if you get 2 targets, then you have to pick your poison. But on top of the Mjolnir, it's pretty absurd how much damage output this guy can get.
Yeah, that is a strange talent when they changed that. I remember the 20 talents before were also pretty good.
Are you surprised he didn't go for the time lock damage? Because both theoretically work with this build, right?
No, I think the attack speed is just like strictly more damage, to be honest.
But it's during a short period of time, right?
Yeah, that's the only time you're really attacking.
And we've seen this story before. The Doom onto Brile, but he's faster than everybody on the entire map. Thunder God's Wrath comes out, but Zai, in that BKB form, just being pursued relentlessly from Jabs and company. Yeah, Jabs is just beating the crap out of everybody. But they do take out Tomato's Aegis. Matu does have the Omni Slash as well, but Tomato jumps in, looking to take out Jabs. You can see, or the Matu, I should say. The Omni
double
Slash
Omni
is reflected, so it's completely wasted from Matu. And Tomato with the solo chrono takes out the Wyvern and Matu in turn. Lead grows even more for Fnatic as they lose nobody.
And straight down mid.
Yep. 60 seconds of no Matu, no buyback available for him. And they could theoretically, if they knew this, just go for Throne, but take this a little more conservatively.
Yeah, they got a big creep wave
GG
top.
is
Oh,
gone.
okay, GG.
30-6, another shellacking.
Yeah, it felt over. It felt like they could have called GG like 10 minutes ago. Obviously, you always look for a way back into the game. I'm not saying you should call GG 10 minutes ago, but it did feel like.
The other, in general,
Just him. EG used to win all of Tour. I recall him doing
very tank.
that.
Although the
We're going for in this.
anything, either that nobody plays.
Dire team ban. Fnatic's turn to pick.
actually. The
Harambe?
gorilla,
Yeah.
Yeah, that gorilla's really nice.
Why does Chen get all these sets? Nobody gives a shit about Chen. He's the least picked hero in the game.
Yep, it is true. I think it's because there's just so... Oh, first of all, it's a mount. And the fact that you can get away with crazy stuff like this means artists want to make cool sets for them.
Yeah, that's true.
And nowadays, it's not like you come out with these individual... Like, it doesn't matter if it's a Chen set that nobody plays, because it's just bundled in with other popular
That's
stuff.
true. Yeah, you got to throw some garbage into the
Yeah,
chest.
but
Not that the set is garbage.
I love my Chen set. I have never played Chen, probably. Well,
Yeah.
that's not true.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. It's the hero. It's just too hard.
Yeah.
It's way too hard.
Too much micro involved.
Yeah.
All right, so game number 2 is going to potentially decide a lot. If it's a tie, then it's not going to decide anything either way, but it'll put Fnatic in a really good spot going forward, while Team Liquid is going to be put on a bit of the back foot because they came into this series dead even in games won and lost. So they're looking to try to even it up again, try to stay afloat in the top 4, because that's who goes on to the upper bracket. Talk to me about the lanes that you like here, if you like any of them. Has anybody ever said, man, I really hate both lineups? I feel like that never happens.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Usually, if it's EG versus EG, that'll do it. No, it happens. I mean, sometimes like pros just have some idea based on the game that it's like hard to understand until you see it in retrospect.
Mm-hmm.
You see some like some like Marcy dispose into like Magnus Skewer. It's like, oh, okay, I get what they were going for in this game. So that it's definitely happened. But no, I think Fnatic's lanes are incredibly strong. I mean, they have Viper Tusk, like that's going to destroy almost anything. They have Chen, who's an incredibly strong laner, no heroes to really deal with the creeps, and a CK who has setup stuns for like a Chen Centaur Stomp or something like that. Puck mid obviously is going to do fine against almost anything. I don't think Coddle pressures a puck that hard. So yeah, I feel like Fnatic is slated to have a pretty solid game. Zai's gonna have to play the positioning game on bot. If he gets caught out at all by Tomato and any creep follow up, like he could really die.
Mm-hmm. Well, the bounties are gonna go even, so nothing, no crazy smokes like we saw in what game was that? Boy, these really meld together.
That was
Spirit.
Spirit that had they did a big wraparound.
I was really sad that didn't turn into anything.
It didn't.
That was a long trek across the whole
in
map.
fact, I do believe they got shellacked in that one.
Yeah, but not related to the cool smoke.
No, the smoke was cool. They did get a nice D ward off of it, though. I do recall that.
That is true.
Nice, sexy D ward.
Who has?
Okay. What garbage are you about to say to me?
It's funny because I said who has, and I hadn't thought about what to say yet.
What is wrong with you?
Well, I could have gone like multiple directions, like best cosmetic, best face.
Yeah.
For example, who's the most attractive person.
And you went nowhere.
I just thought none of them were interesting.
That's good. That's really good. SMK does start with the Crippling Fear on the Midnight Stalker.
Yeah, what do you think about that? Just prevents like the Illusory Orb getting a last hit or something?
Yeah, it's to secure the range creep deny. Like I said, I saw him do this in Riyadh, and I didn't understand how... Ooh, Insania. He's got a lot of stacks of poison.
Call it.
What?
Call it.
He's dead. He's going to go down. You mean call it out like I'm the caster?
Yeah.
Insania walking around the trees.
Oh.
DJ, he's looking.
Oh.
He doesn't have the shards. Looks like he's got that tag team level 1. The slow is there. Can he get the right click? He's probably going to need 2. No, 1 is enough. Is that your...
First blood goes the way of Fnatic. See, that's what you should be doing to hype up the play.
Analyst impression is just moaning sexually.
Yes, you should do that.
I'm not.
Actually, it pumps me up when I'm casting
Okay,
the
well,
fight.
don't talk.
Matu, he's going to Blade Fury. Not going to find a kill with it. As feels like he's been playing a lot of the same heroes, actually, in the games that we've watched. It's been Lone Druid, Juggernaut, and... What's the other one?
What is the other
There's another one in there.
That appears to be it.
But the thing with him is he has such a big hero pool. I'm just surprised they're picking kind of the same few heroes for him.
Bristleback's the other one.
Yeah, Bristleback was.
Bristleback's
he's played
the other.
most of his games on Bristle.
Yeah.
So little bit surprising because, I mean, that's what he was known for when he won TI. He could play like literally anything. He played Viper carry, like sacrificial carry.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
He was. I mean, even in his play style, I feel like he's very versatile. Like some games on Jug, it's Midas first and playing greedy, and other games he's showing up to every fight because he knows that he has to. So I guess that's the thing, is I don't feel like he's not being utilized in picking him the same heroes, because I think his play style will be versatile no matter what the game is, and so you can like ironically shove him on the same hero every time and still kind of get a different performance. Matama's just good, man. He's just a good player.
Yep. I was always surprised that he was dropped from Liquid, the original Liquid, back in the day, which turned into Nigma, of course.
A lot of people were surprised about that.
Yeah. It just feels like one of the most stable position ones in the world for a long period of time, which I feel like that is the rarest thing, is that over that course of time somebody can be that consistent, because especially in the position 1 and 2, it feels like a lot of these youngsters are taking over their jobs lately.
That's right.
And these like old timers got to play the old support role at some point, like the fears of old, right? So that makes it all the more impressive for me. Unlike his beard, which is disgusting. Is Insania taking some right-click damage. Matu trying to get some revenge with the Blade Fury, but DJ's just gonna TP out and cancel it. Nice little spray paint to just show that he outplayed his opponent.
Easy TP. Bot lane. What do we got going on down here? Zai's, he's getting some last hits. He's just not going close. Maybe this is the play against a tough lane. Is just pick Coddle and don't go anywhere near. He's actually, dude, he's rushing the bots, and he only needs 1,000 more gold for it. Okay. He's gonna have them pretty quickly.
So brown boots, 1 branch into bot.
Yeah, I'm curious what this looks like when he gets it. I'm very curious, as the courier has to walk back to the tier 2 tower.
I mean, Bryle is surely checking this out, right? Well, I guess it's not a mid coddle, it's an off lane. But do you look at this and you're like, we need to punish this as fast as possible, knowing that he just has nothing in his inventory? It's like, okay, he must be going for boost of travel first.
I don't know. Maybe, I mean, they could think he's going for the earn rush, right? So I feel like it's hard to determine that he's doing this.
Yeah, I think it'd be a little easier to determine if it was a mid lane.
I wonder, well, like I said, I'm curious to see what this looks like. Like, what does he do when he gets the bot that he can't do without them? Does he go top and Matamba goes jungle, or does he go hold mid? They're doing some like weird wave cutting shenanigans down here, and Boxy's not really laning.
It's certainly greedy. It's similar to getting a Midas, right? The longer you have boots of travel, the more farm you're going to get, but it's not going to pay off as much early.
I love that Dubu stands there for a second.
Crippling Fear from Mickey. That's all I got to say about that.
Okay, all right. Nice call out.
I do your job for a little bit. We have the snowball coming in the top lane, but it's actually on the creep, so DJ, again, outplayed. DJ's so good. This is one of my favorite players of all time. He has just been, I mean, it's similar to Matu, just consistently really high level. Because in SEA, they've had a lot of turnover over the last like 8-9 years. But he's always on like a tier 1 team, it feels like.
Yeah, he is.
He's just crazy good. Coil, mid lane, DJ with the tag team. You can see the Crippling Fear preventing Bra from going in any further. Mickey doesn't even have to bother going through that coil, so he's going to turn around with his ult, but I think better of it now is the snowball. DJ attempting to TP out right in the face of Mickey.
He doesn't.
He's going to be successful, so he is just playing on another level right now.
Yeah.
No kills come out of that, but
no. It's 2-0. There's nothing happening. There's a lot happening, but nothing really resulting from it.
Yeah, let's talk about this Earthshaker's presence so far and what his purpose is.
Okay.
Back in the day, and I'm sure it has not changed because the hero has not changed, Blink Dagger is the... Actually, I saw Seb not going Blink Dagger for a while. He was playing.
He went... He had an Ether Lens queued up, and I think he went Ether first, but then he went eventual Blink. And Agshard is... Some people are going for Agshard prior to getting the Blink.
Even after the pretty massive nerf.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Matamba. Viper Strike goes right through the Blade Fury. He's going to be blocked in as well from DJ. Nice pick off for Fnatic, but you have Mickey coming in now. Trying to take out Viper, but that's just another TP.
These TPs.
They don't have the stuns to stop them, especially after Void is already used.
Yeah, it is a pathetic Earthshaker or Void from Nightstalker mid. So, yeah, no Aftershock. So just the Fissure, level 2 at 7 minutes. I think this is
what we expect.
This is what is expected from Earthshaker. This is the problem people have with him, is that this play style of just being this like weak laning hero with boots running around with one spell is not really a thing anymore. Even Tinies you see skilling tree grab and going for regen and actually playing to like deny and win the lane. It's not about this boots run around low level stuff anymore. It feels like old fashioned, but we'll see if he can recover.
For Island Company looking to go in deep here. Matu, if they get him again, this would be a very big kill. He's going to Blade Fury out into safety. Obviously, Insania in a pretty tough spot as he will get dropped. Dubu, is this going to be another? No. Enchant Totem finally comes out, and that is the first kill for Liquid.
Zai TP stop with his boots of travel.
Yep.
That he
Time
got
to
it.
take over.
8 minutes as an offlaner, and this to me, this screams, okay, laning phase is over. Like, the moment you get...
Oh. Coil miss from Bryle.
A little too fast.
Still would have been a difficult kill.
It would have, yeah. That's that level 3 in Hunter in the Night.
Phantasm popped a little bit early, and yeah, Mickey is doing a ton of damage right now, but not going to pursue any further now that the Chaos Bolt is available.
Afraid of the TPs, like TPs coming in there with the tomato stun in the tower.
Midas coming, really is Midas meta right now. Gracious.
I feel like it's something about CK it feels more natural on than a Jug.
And Void.
And Void. I think the order for me would be CK, Void, Jug in terms of what's the least weird. Because like with CK, I mean, he can now farm with his ult. People are doing that. You couldn't do that before when the cooldown was much longer. But yeah, it feels like he really likes the attack speed. And he needed a way of farming. And you can't go Battle Fury on him. Mjolnir's not good either.
Yep. Just need stuff that works with your illusions, which Hand of Midas kind of does.
Yeah.
Attack speed. Oh, DJ, nice move with the Ice Shards, getting to the other side of the Fissure, which, I mean, before you get Blink on Earthshaker, that's kind of your bread and gravy. That's not having another stroke. Bread and butter. Bread and butter. We're in Texas. Yeah. Bread and gravy is a thing.
They do biscuits and I think it's biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, that is accurate.
You're like melding between a southern character and yourself.
Yeah,
and really losing it. Bread and gravy. I'll tell you what.
I don't know where I was going with that either anymore.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, that's true. So pressure to this tier 1 tower now, but Zai with his boots of travel. Illuminate coming. Phantasm. Basically dies instantly.
He's getting an Orchid on Zai, and I can understand that.
Okay.
It does feel like it's kind of just the Hunter in the Night right now that's doing all the disabling, and it's not going to be enough to kill a Puck, to kill a Tusk. Even CK, if he gets the Phantasm off, he can survive a lot of things because it dispels.
Got it.
Yeah, so Fnatic leaving the landing stage now with roughly 2k lead in their pockets. But yeah, Boxy obviously has had basically no impact on this game, it feels like, and it's just the Earthshaker days. DJ does. He's in a little bit of trouble though. Snowball looks like he's resigned to die to Matu's Blade Fury eventually. One more right click.
No, please tell me he doesn't somehow survive this.
There's
no way.
He's walking on top of another spray paint. It's very fitting indeed.
You could spray paint when you're dead?
Yeah, of course. I don't know why, but
what?
That's
I
right.
didn't know that. All right.
Biggest benefit of spray painting.
That I need to put that on my chat wheel.
That's right.
All right.
So Liquid able to get a couple kills on the board now, but only on support, so nothing really to write home about. As you can see in the net worth, 3 of the top 4 on Fnatic's side. Matu's the only one doing I mean, I shouldn't say that. Zai is pretty farmed. They're not actually that far behind the Puck, so not too big of a discrepancy. It's really just the CK kind of separating from the pack at the
Yeah.
moment. And the fact that he's this high in net worth and has Midas like recently purchased,
Scary.
he's going to snowball real hard.
Radiant are
Yeah.
scanning.
And there's the other Midas.
There
So
we go.
Midas Gaming continues.
Yeah, is Mickey gonna get one? We'll see. You never
Radiant's
know.
top tower
not.
is under attack.
Oh no, Boxy. Oh no, as if his blink can be delayed even
Yeah,
more.
punched into the air and back down into his grave. 3K lead for Fnatic. And I'm trying to understand the point. I mean, okay.
Dude.
Like laning Sage Earthshaker is just, I don't know what you do. That's the problem.
Yeah.
But later in the game, it makes some sense.
With items, like you need to
Yeah.
get items. By the way, Dubu, speaking of getting items, has a full mech. He's just been farming this entire time.
Radiant's top
Yep.
tower
No
He's
is
like,
under attack.
so you guys have these useless heroes. I'm just gonna farm.
Yep.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Matu and
attack.
company
Tower
look to
has
be
fallen.
taken out the tier 1. No defense coming, so it should be a freebie for them. We'll be going Maelstrom next, and then
Radiant
likely
structures
into
are fortified.
Shard, Scotty, something to that effect. Maybe a Blink Dagger here or there.
Lots of drawings on the map. I don't know if those are PG. Oh, they are. Okay, it's just circles. I thought the circles were going to be connected with something that was not going to be very PG. So
Like what?
I think that was doesn't matter. I think Tomato was drawing and saying, okay, here's where we are farming. Maybe they're saying we're cool with this, or we want more. We will see in the next few moments. If those circles were
Radiant's
angrily,
bottom tower
or
is under attack.
I think it's in
Radiant's
response to
bottom
this
tower
tower
has
dying.
fallen.
Is like, oh, you know, they took the tower, but we got this. Like we're farming.
If we can find Zai, he's worth a decent amount of money. Old man Pinata.
Oh, they
There
actually
we
got
go.
him.
The snowball inside the ice shards. Bryle hasn't used a spell yet on him, though. Maybe was not expecting the connection from DJ. But they do force a bunch of TPs, and I don't think they're going to be found.
Yeah, Bryle did have coil up there. He just thought that it wasn't enough damage to finish him off, and doesn't want to commit into the TPs. So I don't know if that's what DJ was thinking, but it results in a really good play where they like force these TPs towards top. And now any move that Fnatic makes elsewhere is there's not going to be TPs coming in to punish it.
Yeah, Boxy taking advantage of that passive gold income to try to get his shard. And Viz, okay, the coil comes out, crippling fear with the ult, and it gets popped, it looks like, from the coil itself as Mickey has to kind of maneuver to the other side of the cliff here as DJ and company are outnumbering most of Liquid. Nice grave comes out though. Boxy staying alive just a little bit longer, able to get some spells off this time. Bryle drops him, so that's a big kill for Liquid. As Matu has that healing ward up. Gonna get blocked out for now, and they're gonna try to pursue even further. Fnatic doing a really nice job of closing the gap here. Matu still on the high ground with the ward still alive. That has been an absolute value healing ward for him. And DJ going in really deep here. Questionable choices, he's dropped shortly after. So ends up being a 2-for-1 as Earthshaker did drop.
Be honest with me here. Did you remember that there was a Viper in this game?
No.
I forgot that there was a Viper in this game. Not that Jabs is doing anything wrong by any means. He's very farmed. Look at his items. Dragon Lance, 2 Wraith Bands, plus Treads. Like, he's just been silently kind of farming this entire time.
Yep.
With that being said, though, that fight obviously going the way of Liquid. That super value healing ward. That didn't die. Also, Mickey, fancy footwork. He survives with that ability to fly across high grounds. Even had the coil break with the Reality Rift, but it just wasn't enough to kill him. He's a little too tanky with his stats.
A prize.
Yeah, so Fnatic slightly punished there. Liquid
Silence.
still kind of been on the back foot, it feels like. Spin comes out from Matu, he's punched into the air. Early grave from Insania. You can see the Phantasm Illusions are out. The Chaos Bolt comes through, and Matu down and out. Looks like Jabs is going to be just fine. The old TP away strat seems to be working quite
Works
well
every
for
time.
Fnatic.
So this should be the successful mid push, surely, without the carry being alive and a catapult. These strong Chen creeps.
Yeah, Mickey, no shard yet, so can't eat that delicious catapult. He really loves the taste of wood. Takes out the Satyr, though. So, will not be fully successful, in fact. Of course, the Boots of Travel helping out a little bit there. Mr. Zai is kind of all over the place. I think that's a finished Orchid on the way. Or did he actually opt for something else? Sanya gets caught out by DJ, but the poison touch is there, and he can tell that some reinforcements might be on the way, and he'd be correct. He's halfway to his Blink Dagger for that Tusk. Nope, it was an Orchid.
Sanya.
Yeah, they're gonna re-aggress, so
Yeah, he's got a ward, so that's why he feels safe doing this. So he does see this. He walks up for the heal anyway.
yeah.
He's positioning really far to the north.
Okay, they're gonna find Puck again. This Crippling Fear is one of the hardest counters to Puck in the game, and I'm wondering what the itemization is gonna be, because I mean, Wishblade feels like it's just needed on the hero.
Yeah, gives armor
What do
too.
you go after that? Okay, we're gonna see the ult come out from Mickey. Gonna take out the Chen pretty quickly. A nice Illuminate. Ends up deleting him off the face of the map, but they're not gonna pursue for any further kills.
I would honestly queue up the Force Staff at this point on Puck. I know Quinn tends to do that on Puck. It's usually for him, it's Blink into Force, and I imagine that's probably what Brow will do, but it does feel sometimes like when you go Blink into Force, there's a lot of times where you just have the Blink and the Night Stalker kills you before you get the Force, and then it feels too little too late.
Yeah, pretty hard matchup once you get to a certain stage of the game, but like you said, itemization can be targeted to try to counteract that. Boxy, he's almost there. Almost got that Blink Dagger.
One level in Aftershock, which you can do this now because the level 1 point has been increased a lot. The stun duration is really what matters. The damage is insignificant. It's got the same value as the level 2 point. People would go 2-1-2 before. So it does not shock me that this is the build on Earthshaker that people are doing.
Fnatic picked their first Roach. Tomatoes can make it for that Aegis, and he's going to be finishing up a Blink Dagger pretty shortly as well, so I think this might be go time for Fnatic, who had a larger lead earlier in the game. It's been brought back a bit by Liquid, who have been finding a little bit more of the pickoffs in the last few minutes. So Orchid obviously online for Zai. I think he's going for an Octarine Core, as there's the silence to start things out, and that's going to be an easy pickoff onto DJ.
Yeah, the Orchid is definitely helping with these pickoffs because they can use Crippling Fear on one hero and then Orchid on DJ, who's going to be doing the saving. Like in the previous fight before this, we saw the like simultaneous initiation on both the Chen and the Tusk, and so like neither of them can save each other. That's why they have this like double silence. It's really nice.
This mid tower still survives, but I think finally at the 19.5-minute mark, Fnatic takes it out.
Oh, okay. There's the Force Staff. So Jabs gets one instead. So he'll have a Force Staff in case his Puck gets gone on, and presumably that's why Bryle is not going for a Force. Is he actually? Did he finish? Oh, he did finish a Force. Just kidding. He's dead anyway.
Oh, he might be dead. Oh, the Fisher's actually on the wrong side. A little bit awkward fight here is Bryle. He's going to get the coil to snap, or to stop that TP, I should say, and Zai's going to pay the ultimate price. Man, that Fissure actually ruined the gank, it feels like, for Liquid.
Well, it was kind of the knocking him back to the other side.
Mickey,
He's just
oh
dead.
My God. Tomato is huge.
It's that Midas attack speed, baby.
Armlet, Echo Saber, and then the attack speed of Treads and Midas.
And he did the trick where you Echo Saber hit, wait for the slow to cool down, and then hit again. So he had maximum slow. I saw a clip of Tomato being very impressed by that. I think he watched Yatoro do that. I believe it was Tomato. And so he did that little trick there to, even though he was silenced, he still had a bit of disable using that Echo Saber. So it's nice to see Tomato implementing the little things that he's very impressed by.
That's what pro players do.
That's it. That's right.
That's what separates them from the pack. So
and the good looks.
He is very good looking.
Yeah, it's actually disgusting.
Ends up extending the lead a little bit for Fnatic as Matu. He's going to get punched, so that's a cancellation of another TP. Feels like Fnatic are having all the luck with that, and Liquid not so much. Even an Omni Slash used, but I feel like that was a death no matter what. So Matu caught out again. And his farm, I mean, he's still quite farmed
Yeah.
despite that.
Remember when you could TP while omniing?
I actually don't remember
I don't know if you could. I was just seeing if that was a thing.
that.
I think
Radiant's
you could.
middle
Could have
tower
been.
is under attack.
Nice attempt here. Oh, Boxy actually gets the nicely
got a
timed
force.
enchant totem, but the force staff, like you said, essence ring as well. The coil actually expended just to keep the Night Stalker at bay. Actually jaunts to his illusory orb.
I'm pretty sure you could. Omni. TP.
I'm sure somebody will let us know somehow. JK. Oh, that's a yes from the observer.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah. Okay, there we go. Very nice.
Better be careful with bringing up these old mechanics, because that's my specialty.
Is it? You didn't know that one.
That's true.
Dire's top tower
A
has
lot more
fallen.
that came from. Though.
Okay.
I'll tell you what,
Hit
son.
me with another one.
Hold that horse. I have a story about Earthshaker, but it's not a mechanic.
Your specialty. Can't
Farming used to be so bad back in the day that you used to buy
Outstanding.
recipes. I forget what it was, like a bracer recipe.
Dire's
Soul Ring
middle
recipe, I
tower
think.
is
No, it
under
was before
attack.
Soul Ring was even in the game.
Oh.
You buy a recipe for the cheapest item possible on Earthshaker because you're going to die very often and you're going to lose all your gold. That's how it worked back then, basically. So you'd have literally like 50 recipes just scattered amongst your fountain because eventually you'll have enough to sell to buy your Blink Dagger. That's actually how the game was played.
Maybe that needs to come back with how bad Earthshaker seems.
I mean, you can still do that, but
He's got his blink, baby.
he's got it.
Here we go.
He's had it for a while, by the way.
Yeah. Well, we need to see this big Echo Slam.
It's only level 1.
Presumably waiting for the CK,
Dire's middle tower is under
this
attack.
Aegis to go away. And
Yep.
if you can get an Echo Slam on these Chen creeps and the
Radiant's
CK
top
illusions,
tower is
it
under
will be
attack.
effective. Quite effective. It's got that hero damage. Yeah, it's just a lot of damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But now that the Aegis is expired, basically what they got out of it, all the outer towers in the top and middle lane are gone.
That's right.
Radiant's
Bottom
top
still has the
tower
tier
is
1,
under
so
attack.
not sure how much they care about that lane in particular, but only time will tell. So Scotty looks to be next for Tomato, so he's getting real beefy. Smoke now from Liquid. Zai kind of showing himself here with the Illuminate. Doesn't really give away the smoke at all, though. But you can see that there's nobody really that near. It's just the Viper jabs in the bot lane.
Come on, pick up those bounties, baby. Pick up those juicy bounties.
All right, so that's 2 bounties, right?
Yeah.
How much gold is that? Will the lead go to 6K?
At 24 minutes, 2 bounties. That's 3 divided by 21 is divisible by 24.
Yep.
That will be
72 gold each.
okay.
72 times 5.
How do you know 72?
This observer just showed us.
Okay. I was gonna do the math. No, it's gonna be more than 72. Yeah, it'll be 72. That's right. Let's see.
72
Math,
times
72
5,
times 5. That's
so
350. Okay, so 700 gold.
So it
So we'll-
depends on how
that's
close we are to the threshold of 7.
Right. How accurate is this
Does it round?
bullshit? Is what you were thinking.
Yeah.
That's what you were thinking.
Yep, something like that.
Yeah,
But
that's
there is a
right.
bounty on the other side to counteract
Oh,
one
that's
of
gonna
them.
counteract
So I'm
that.
going to say 7K. Okay, 6K.
Oh, here we go. Six.
All
All right. Okay.
They haven't picked up the other bounty
Not
yet
picked
to
up
go
the other
back to
bounty, that's
7K,
right.
and there
And
it
he's
is.
gonna bottle it. Oh, not back to 7.
6K? That's down to 6.9. Yeah,
There it is.
That-
Back to 7.
Our
Radiant
tier 2 tower is falling out. Matu has the owner. Scotty next. Has shard as well. So he definitely has the items to fight. The problem is that the rest of his team,
bottom tower.
maybe not so much. I was
No.
expecting, I'm not flaming, I was expecting Zai to be more farm than this, I'm not going to lie. Considering you got first item Boots of Travel, gives you a lot of farm over an extended period of time. I mean, he's up there, but he's on par with the Viper. I
Yeah.
feel like that should not happen.
Yeah. You know, I feel like Fnatic has had.
They have a lot of stacks probably with his Nether Toxin.
I think they've had full control of the map is the thing, whereas like Mickey and Zai have had to split farm a little bit more. Like every single core on Fnatic has, if they want a camp, they get it. That's what they've just had 75% of the map, so that's Zai's issue, and so he's showing up to a lot of fights, and you know, It happens. It's okay. But Man's been the guy that's just soaking up the farm. He's the what are those big machines that they use on farms?
Tractors?
No, not a tractor. They put them on tractors.
They put them on
Yeah,
tractors?
they like harvest all of the, like a harvester, but there's a word for it.
Soul harvester.
No, not soul. He's not harvesting souls. He's not Shadow Fiend. He's not the devil. You know, I know you don't like his beard, but he's not literally a devil.
Yeah, I don't know what that's called, Jenkins. I'm sorry.
Somebody
I'm not a big farmer myself.
Somebody out there is a farming expert.
You know, there's farming simulations out there that have esports attached to them. Did you know that?
I don't care what you're saying. I'm looking up what it is.
Okay, very good.
Farm machine gathers.
Relate with all the viewers as well.
Crops. Farm machine that gathers crop. 8 letters. Crossword clue. There's a crossword puzzle. I'm just getting crosswords.
This is the
combine. A combine.
Okay, I would never have gotten that one.
Yeah. All right. What was your question, idiot?
Don't remember. Don't care. Moving on. Thankfully, there's an unpause.
Oh, here we go.
Some of the worst content we've come up with in quite a while. Anytime tractor is brought up in a cast, you know it's gone real downhill.
Don't say that. We're in Texas, bro. Relax.
That's
You're gonna be an angry crowd outside.
Tractor's more northeast, I feel like.
Is
like
it?
the Indianas of the world. Yeah, that's more farm territory. I mean, with this heat, do you think they can even have sustained farms in Texas?
Yeah, like pecans.
And
yeah, they farm pecans down here.
All right, so it just feels like Fnatic are strangling the map and extending their lead bit by bit. What does Liquid need to do to get back in this game?
Big Echo Slam. I think that's it. They need to probably kill one of the cores in it. Maybe. I mean, I think they need to kill Tomato. Would get them like surely back into the game. Like that puts the game to pretty much even off of that one kill. But he's harder. He's very hard to kill. 3,500 HP with the Scotty. I mean, even an Echo Slam, this hero just doesn't do the same damage that he used to. And I'm referring to the Earthshaker. Like, it's just been nerfed in terms of the echo damage over and over again. So
we got the Illusion scouting things out behind the cover of smoke. So he actually used that after the smoke. So they're not smoked up at the moment.
Yep.
I think to try to bait somebody potentially.
I think he doesn't want to use it in the fight either because
of Echo Slam.
The Echo Slam is there, and he knows if he's just a normal hero that doesn't get echoed on like 3 illusions, he'll be fine.
Okay, I see. That's pretty smart. Liquid, seeing that the Phantasm is out, will be smoking up to try to aggress themselves. They run into a Satyr, and Mickey just can't help himself. Just too delicious. Yum, 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 yum.
That's right.
Does he not have his shard? I guess he doesn't.
Nope.
It's a little surprising. The Echo Saber now. Okay.
He's going for it. Yeah, he goes back for the Echo. What if he goes for the Blink first or the Shard?
He's going to go for Midas at 26 minutes here.
It's multiple ways of eating those creeps.
So how much do you think that this Earthshaker pick is because LGD is picking it with success? If they hadn't picked it with anybody else,
no. This is like a scrim thing. I mean, this is just like the Storm Spirit from the previous tournament. Everybody was shitting on it when Bulbo was picking it, and then it becomes top tier hero, even in like the finals, other than like Enigma. Yeah, it's a meme, but it means that it's probably working in scrims. You know, we're watching from this outside spectator point of view. It looks bad in the games that we happen to have seen it, but it's probably going very well in scrims, I would imagine.
Yeah, well, based on my limited time with the team, there's sometimes you still pull stuff out that did not work in scrims. Because you know, logically, this is a good pick. You might not have confidence in it, but sometimes you pick it anyway.
You're basically saying mistakes are made. Sometimes you do.
I don't know if that's a mistake. Like, maybe you played it poorly in scrims, and you know how to fix it, but you just haven't had time to correct it necessarily.
Or you think you know how to fix it, and you
actually
haven't had enough time to correct it.
This is where hubris comes in. Like, you can be overconfident in both ways, right? If you're doing really well with the hero, or the opposite, really bad. As Mickey, cover of smoke now. DJ doing a good job of positioning himself behind this tree. He's going to get fissured, though. Orchid going to keep him in place. He's not going to be able to use any spells, but gets Force Staff and Hand of God for safety, but it's not enough. So Fnatic without DJ for 40 seconds. Phantasm already used. And I'm trying to remember, have we seen Echo Slam yet? Maybe like really early?
I don't think so.
I mean, obviously, this is not like it's abnormal to hold on to
No, this is
Echo
very,
Slam for this
very
long.
normal. This is why people have been saying Earthshaker has one spell. It's very difficult to connect even the Enchant Totem on somebody without other setup, which feels very scuffed, because Earthshaker is supposed to be your setup guy. If they gave him like move speed when he fissured or something.
If they gave him an Ags by default,
that
would be pretty good.
That would work out for him.
I wonder how you could balance around that. Like that his Enchant Totem gives you mobility.
I feel like you're creating another Zeus scenario,
yeah,
though.
No, that's exactly what I thought. Yeah.
And I
but
don't
he
know.
needs it.
I don't know if people like how Zeus is, even though people would have said Zeus needed it prior.
Yeah, I'm fine with Zeus. Healing ward, okay. Roche bashing the crap out of Matu. He's at half HP. And the healing ward is still half duration left, so he's fine. Only a little bit of damage applied to the Roche in the meantime. But this next fight, if Liquid loses this and Fnatic takes Roche, I have a hard time seeing a comeback into the game without a monster Echo Slam. But that's kind of the name of the game here. Fnatic can't really take Roche if they don't know where the Earthshaker is, because that Echo Slam will ruin them. But we have a BKB, both CK and Puck. Wow.
I like it a lot. I think he needs one. He's playing into Orchid, into Nightstalker Silence, into Earthshaker. We talked about the only comeback is the monstrous Echo Slam. You can't hit that on 2 BKB targets, 3 BKB cores. Although he's got to put it in his actual inventory.
That'll be the start. That's when you can actually use the
okay.
items.
It's in there.
Manta on Matu now, as this could turn into a pretty damn big fight, but they're going to find the Echo. Oh my goodness, Boxy deleted. But as you can see, the coil not really used to full effect. Zane's going to have to grave himself. No buyback onto the Earthshaker this time around. That Tusk is going to drop first for Fnatic. He's going to buy back into the game as Mickey just getting so much damage from the CK, who's going to turn his sights instead onto Matu, who dies. 74 seconds of no Juggernaut. Mickey getting chased by Bryle in the meantime. Double kill for him, and this should be a freebie Roche. And the fact that they found the Earthshaker before the fight even really began just kind of snowballed in the favor of Fnatic.
Yeah, they don't even really need the BKBs to prevent the Echo if the guy with the Echo is dead. Yeah. Earthshaker is the single most important hero in this game if Liquid wants to come back. And I mean, this is how it usually goes for Earthshaker games. And I don't mean in this day and age, I mean just generally, like Earthshaker is one of the best counter initiators in the game. It's like him, Enigma. Those are like the two really big ones. Yeah, got the Ag Shard.
Oh, that's not surprising. The fact that the Shard comes on the Viper so you can actually push a lot faster.
The Ag Scepter?
The Ag Scepter is queued up for Jet. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say that is a weird.
He's like,
pickup.
this is stupid. I wanna win this game.
That would be a weird pickup. There we see the poison touch, poison attack applying to the towers now. Fissure. That's the most. Most impact the Earthshaker's had this game. Just slightly inconveniencing Fnatic to right-clicking this tower. And Samad will continue on. Aegis.
No, he's just gotta wait 2
quite
minutes.
a bit of time.
Down on Fissure. I'll have one spell up again soon.
Alright. I mean, it feels bad because he needs like a smoke or something to set up to get a good angle.
This is like, to me, this is the problem with Earthshaker. It's that by the time you have the blink and the opportunity to actually hit those big echoes, you're dealing with like a bunch of 3,000 HP BKB cores. You know what I mean? Like this, the timing just doesn't work on this patch. It feels like.
I mean, I think it wouldn't be that big of a deal as long as he did something in lane. Like if Earthshaker was able to help win that lane, that would propel him to have a decent game at least.
Right? Yeah, definitely.
But he just like, and it's not Boxy's fault. This hero just feels useless until you get Blink. And then now that he has Blink, it's been so long.
It's taken so long, the enemy team doesn't give a shit that he has a Blink dagger.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's...
Has the Shard, though. I guess he had that before.
Yeah.
Gives him some extra oomph, I guess.
5 seconds. That'll be good.
Very sad for a hero with such a rich history, too.
Yeah, he's
really fallen.
Definitely due for some buffs. Probably won't get them though because he's being picked so much in the major.
I'm sure if they look at the game,
I know, but
in context.
I think Valve, and probably rightly so, trust this, the pros.
Yeah, we got the jump in from Tomato. 4-second stun, forced out to the other side, but the Zany is fine. You can see Mickey already popping that crippling fear. Trying to go on top of Viper. Nice shards, keeping the rest of Liquid on the other side. Mickey still with that ult activated. You can see Fnatic a little bit hesitant. They could just try to wait that out and try to go for the reinitiation. So they're just biding their time, despite having another couple minutes on this Aegis. Just going to take over the triangle.
Yeah, Arrow gets drawn down mid.
Yep, and this is, I believe, is that a heart or is that going to be an overwhelming blink for Tomato?
I think an overwhelming blink. It's time to pick up that item.
Okay.
I feel like Scotty Heart overwhelming blink is some unnecessary double downing on
All right,
HP.
will we see an Echo Slam this game? Will we see? I think we'll see it. I don't know if it'll be good though. Tomato, I mean, for Liquid, oh, Boxy's just oh no. 45 seconds, does have buyback though, so this could surprise them. Because they probably don't remember that Earthshaker's in the game. In fact, there's 2 sets of racks now down in favor of Fnatic. And Liquid just being contained in their base. It just feels like they can't do anything. So it has been kind of another shellacking, but not the one that we thought. We thought that this would be a 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, the early game.
This is like a strangulation shellacking.
Yeah, it is.
That could be a new tier.
No, we're not. We've had
It's like a side tier
there's
there.
too many tiers. I'm down to add a side tier, actually. That sounds like a good
That's
time.
like the branch off, you know.
Yeah, shellacking tree.
It's not a traditional shellacking. It just felt like slow and endless.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, just pressure building up and never really.
No relief. to
No
come.
relief. No, no.
40 seconds on the Aegis, so I guess Tomato and company not ready to go high ground quite yet.
Yeah, just building up that pressure.
So do you think they need to wait for the third rush?
Probably not.
Do you think they will wait for the third rush?
No, I don't think so. I don't think they will. I think probably Liquid will come out of base on like Zai or I don't know, Insania going to ward. Somebody will die and Fnatic will go high ground. I don't think this is gonna make it to the next rush. Yeah, and Liquid doesn't even want to wait. They know the state that this game is in.
Yeah.
They were just waiting for the Aegis, but they know if they just wait, they'll eventually lose anyway.
Boxy, we got this. Wrapping around. There's the ult from Mickey,
Go.
giving a lot of vision, but you can see the smoke on the side of Fnatic now. They're going to see Dubu. Blade Fury to start. There's the Fissure. There's a spell from Earthshaker, but he's brought down again. Buys back into the game. Tomato doing a nice job of focusing him down. Now he's going to be trying to focus Matu, who gets a full duration Omni Slash, but it seems to do absolutely nothing to Tomato. Boxy, will you get the Echo Slam off at any point? Has his blink getting canceled repeatedly, looking for the enchant totem. He's stuck in these trees. Snowball is there, and Boxy's gonna drop again without the Echo Slam. 70 seconds, no buyback, and this could do it. I was wrong. I thought we would see at least one, even if it was on nobody. Just the feeling of hitting that R key
I just want to
as
hear it.
GG's come out. This was an ugly, ugly game for Liquid. Gracious me, oh my.
It took them a while.